Hey everyone, I'm here at 2K's showroom to check out their very new Battleborn. Sup noobs, Mike Hoang here with that hashtag show. I'm with 2K publishing producer Chris Thomas here to talk to you about Battleborn. What are the major influences that you have while creating Battleborn?
Oh God, there's so many. Well, the team at Gearbox obviously has taken a ton of inspiration from a lot of different types of games, a lot of different genres. They're known for melding cool genres together. So there's a lot of fighting game influences based on the cast of characters. It's just huge. There are some influences from MOBAs. There's some influences from RPGs. They definitely took a lot of inspiration from movies that have a universe where there's a ton of characters. So like Star Wars and Guardians of the Galaxies. Those cool universes where you just have these tons of crazy characters that are living, coexisting in the same space.
I've noticed a lot of diverse fighting classes and shooter classes that you can choose from to change up the way you play. Yeah. And where'd you get that inspiration from?
Well, a lot of it actually comes from, that feeling when you played, I'm assuming you played Borderlands 2?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I definitely see inspiration in that there.
So, the characters, how each character feels different. Each character has a different set of skills, and you can literally play through the entire game with a different character, and it has a different feel. The game just feels different. They wanted to take that and essentially crank it up by 25. They wanted to make every one of these characters super unique, and they wanted to have a guy with a sword fighting a chick with a bow fighting some crazy mage magic wielding creature. They just wanted to mix all of these really cool characters together.
I've noticed we're all fighting for resources on the last star in the universe. Mm-hmm. Well, what are the opposition force that we're fighting?
So yeah, like you said, the whole premise around the story is that all of the stars have been darkened or have been destroyed in the universe, and there's only this one last star in the universe called Solus. And the Battleborn, the heroes in the story, they've banded together to fight. It's a mysterious enemy. They don't really know much about him, but you probably saw in the demo, there was a lot of those really kind of crazy black creatures that
Yeah, they kept on spawning more creatures, right?
Yeah, and those are the Varelsi. So those are definitely one of the main antagonists. But there is another one you probably saw in the trailer. It's this guy that this big black coat, cloak, and he has very angular features.
Well, he's walking slowly from behind, right? Yeah.
That's Rendane, and he is also one of the main antagonists in the game.
I see. And I noticed it's focused heavily on a lot of wave and siege defense. But your battle online arena, is that a multiplayer PvP?
So right now, other than the story mode, which is just
collective wave defense, yeah.
Well, the story mode is going to have a lot of different stuff in it. Each mission is going to be totally different, they're not going to be just what you saw today. You're going to have a lot.
That was just a tease.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of different missions with lots of different types of gameplay, and then those will all connect together with this big overarching story. The multiplayer modes, the competitive modes, there's Incursion, Devastation, and Meltdown. Devastation is probably the one that's the most familiar to people. It's a more objective-based capture and hold type scenario. So what makes it really fun though is that you've got all these crazy characters with different abilities. So every time you play it, it could be different. You could be supporting someone, or you could be the big tank-like character, going and soaking up all the damage. Incursion is probably the one that's most influenced on a MOBA style of gameplay, where you have two bases at each end of the map, and both teams are fighting to basically get to the other person's base and destroy it. And you also have AI controlled minions that are being spawned from the bases that also will help you get to achieve your objective to get to the other player's base. And then Meltdown is actually really interesting. Meltdown also has the AI controlled minions, but they're essentially you have to escort them to certain points in the map where they get incinerated, and when they get incinerated, your team gains points.
Oh.
So you have to kind of juggle a lot of different objectives there. You have to protect your own minions, try to destroy the other team's minions so that they don't get across the map, and you're fighting all the other players at the same time. So it gets insanely hectic, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, I'm extremely excited about this game. I'm really looking forward to it. But why did you have to block off half the roster? I can't even play those guys.
Well, we got to leave something for you to play when the game comes out.
That's true.
I mean,
leave something for the people who paid for the game,
yeah,
right?
I mean, and honestly, I mean, I think we've got 10 in the demo right now. So I mean, if you had time to check out multiple of them, you know, you should, because they're all completely unique and they're so much fun. Like I usually wind up playing Orindi. I don't know if you've seen Orindi. She's the little mage character.
Yes, with the forearms.
Yeah, the forearms. Yeah. And I just love her because she just does a ton of damage and she's really fast. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, I've got coworkers and friends who, you know, love to play Montana, you know, the big giant tank character with a minigun. So it's like they all play so different. So check it out if you can.
Absolutely. And you guys will be here all week at E3.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks for talking to me, and we look forward to seeing the game out.
Yeah, man.